Hey guys, I just want to give a special shout out to SSG Gaming. He just created that awesome intro that you just saw. I'm going to put a link to his YouTube channel in the description. Check him out. Thank you. What's up guys? This is What's My Game, and I'm so happy you're watching, and I can tell already you're surprised. Why? Because my face is on the video. Normally you're just hearing my voice, but now you get to see my ugly face. I decided to do a vlog, and I'm glad you're watching. I said that already. But I'm a little out of my comfort zone, guys, because I am definitely a radio guy, not a TV. So I don't have the face for it. So I just thought you know what? My wife has been encouraging me to do this, and some of you guys, some of my subscribers. So it's high time that I introduce myself. And I've never really done this before. So I'm trying real hard to look here at the camera and not here at myself on the screen. So the lighting sucks in here. I mean, this is like my man cave. I use it for my home office to keep me away from the kids and inside the house. So it's really just a shed, but it's all decked out. I got it, it's all drywalled and finished, and air conditioning and all that stuff. So I got my gaming set up in here. I got a futon in case I get kicked out, and then somebody's got their storage over here. So it's turned into a little AC storage unit I should charge. But anywho, thanks guys so much for watching. I know some of you probably had me pegged and knew exactly what I looked like. And then some of you others were like, oh my God, I thought he was a skinny young guy. Well, I'm not skinny. I'm not young. I'm a big 37-year-old, and I'm married, and I have 2 little kids. With that being said, my where I live, that didn't come out right. With that being said, where I live is in Tampa, Florida. Where I live in a little city outside of Tampa, and yeah, so that's where I live, and that was the whole thing. I just wanted. Oh, my real name. My real name is Jeff, and it's spelled with a G. It's Geoff, also known as What's My Game. But my real name is Jeff, and I'm just so happy and so thankful for every one of you, especially those that are watching this vlog, because I gotta think that you are watching this. You're following me more, and supporting me more than others. This isn't gonna make it on regular YouTube. It's gonna be so far down the search list. So thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I really mean it. There's a couple of things I want to talk about, is both my current content and my future content, and also want to talk about ideas for content. First and foremost, I've been getting a lot of feedback, mostly positive, but I want to talk about the negatives a little bit because it concerns me. It doesn't really concern me, but I want to, I know I'm not going to have everyone, I'm not going to appease everyone, but I want to try to, and that being said, I think lately I've been getting a lot of messages and emails and just general comments. I feel like they think I'm kind of getting away from their game. So maybe you subscribe because you really like Witcher 3. And sorry, I feel like my mic is low, or I usually have my mic right in front of my face, and I just want to make sure it's clear. So sorry if I keep putting my neck down, but I just want to make sure it sounds good, and then I don't want it right in my face, because then you won't be able to see my mug, which is probably a good thing. But I'll move it down a little bit. So, I don't want people to get discouraged because I'm not doing as much coverage on their game as I did before. Let's say Witcher 3. Let's say you subscribe because you really like my Witcher 3 content 2 months ago, right? And I haven't given you as much love as I have other games. Let me tell you, first and foremost, it's not because Witcher 3 isn't relevant, because it is. It is a very relevant game. There's 2 things at play and why I'm not giving your game as much love. Number 1, it's because the game has no more exploits. There's nothing new to report. Okay, so there's no new glitch or there's no new exploit to give you. Most of my viewership has come from tips and exploits and glitches, and unless I find a new one myself, or with the few contacts I do have and have made in YouTube thus far, and some of them are quite a bit bigger than me, or even from comments from my subscribers and viewers, which has been awesome. If I don't get any of that, so if I don't find out about a new glitch, there's nothing to report. So it's not that I've given up on the game at all. It's just that I haven't found anything. And the second part of that is I like to think that I have a high level for quality. I mean, you and I know that I could just record gameplay and just put it online. That's not my MO. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to lie to you and say views don't count, because views do count. And with the advertising that's on the screen, that's what pays for people to YouTube. I mean, I spend 20, 30 hours a week or more on YouTube. And I have a full-time job, and I'm a full-time dad with 2 little kids, and there's a lot going on. And there's many late nights where I'm up 2, 3 in the morning and everyone's asleep, and I'm, rolling out of bed to go do what I do. I started a new business after being in the finance industry for 20 years. Well, not 20. I guess I wasn't. I guess I was 17. But my point is I spent a lot of time doing this, and if it doesn't get any views, it's just not viable for me. Not only financially, I'm not going to lie to you, but just as a value to myself. Like, if you do something over and over and over again, and you're doing it in a public forum, and you're not getting an appreciation or love, it really wears on you. It really does. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that it's not about views, because I do want this to support myself and my family full time. I don't want to go back to my cube job and my office job where I'm sitting behind a desk or I'm managing salespeople. I'm great with finance, and that's my profession. That's what I went to school for, but I'm tired of it. I want to do something different, and I've played games all my life. So I'm rambling a little bit, but hopefully it's constructive because you're learning more about me. But the reason I want your feedback is because I want to give you what you want, but I do want it to be popular. So the vast majority of my viewership has come from exploits and glitches, and that's what people want. I don't believe I have enough followers to garner a really solid playthrough or walkthrough or let's play career right now. Although I do like doing that, and I would do more of it if it could sustain me. But I also love 50-50 doing glitches and tips. That has been what I've always done with gaming. I mean, ever since I was a kid and I could move my thumbs, I think I've made that comment before. As soon as I could move my thumbs or a joystick in Atari's situation, I was playing games. And, I wouldn't say I guess I really was the first generation, in the early 80s. I was born in 78. I'm 37. I know some of you, I'm a dinosaur. I understand that. But some of you, I'm not. There's a lot of older gamers out there now that are 40, 50, even 60 years old that got into it later. But mine was the first generation where we grew up playing video games. There wasn't a time in my life where video games weren't readily accessible. Now, they look like shit compared to what we're playing today. Nevertheless, we didn't know any better because we didn't know video games could look this good then, right? So it's like if you never had a cheeseburger, you don't know what you're missing, right? So in those days, I had video games ever since I can remember at home on a video game console. I didn't have to go to an arcade. So I've been playing games ever since I was a kid, just like teenagers do now. Now they're on their phones and stuff, but console games have been around my entire life, is my point. My father's generation, for example, they weren't around. So that's why a lot of older gamers don't continue to play, or there's not as many, because they had to get into it maybe when they were already an adult. And by then, you're already kind of ingrained in your hobbies, and you're fishing or camping or hunting or whatever the shit you do, to where it's hard to fit something else in. But I've done this my whole life. So that's my theory on that. So you'll start to see more older and older gamers, especially as the games have become more adult-oriented. That being said, I want your feedback. I want ideas from my channel. I want your feedback at the same time. The point I was trying to make was I've gotten a lot of feedback about leaving the game. And again, I think I made that very clear. I'm not going to leave your game behind. Don't get discouraged with me because I'm not going to forget about the big games. As long as they're still relevant, and they're typically relevant at least 6 months or longer, especially if there's DLC content that's a big release, I'll cover it, I promise. That being said, the other part of that is as games come out, and some will blame people like me because I put it out there in public, but the developers spend millions of dollars afterwards and follow-up to make sure the game is done. So even if I didn't put it on YouTube, they're gonna find the flaws in the game, because there's just as many people watching it on YouTube as there is on the forums talking about the newest glitch or exploit they found. They're gonna fix the problems. So as they continue to be found and fixed, eventually they all get fixed. And it's kind of like weird how Elder Scrolls is, because I'm like leaning to one side here. Elder Scrolls is kind of a different story, because Elder Scrolls was out on PC for like a year before it came to console. And they had really all the time in the world to fix those problems before it came to console. So by the time it came to console, you know, us PS4 and Xbox guys, we didn't have that same ability to find some of those sweet glitches and exploits like there was a many in Witcher 3. I mean, there was a shit ton of them. Not all of them were beneficial. They were funny, but my point is some of the games have come out at different times, and if they don't have a single release date, you're not going to find as many glitches and exploits. That being said, I still want to do the best I can with tips. I'm not an expert by any means. When I get a game, I get it day one, second one, and I race home. I take a day off from my normal job and I play the shit out of it, and then I play it again. And it's always been easy for me to spot things that other people don't see, and I've done that since I was a kid. So I've just taken that and turned it into a YouTube, channel. So don't give up on me, guys, if I'm not doing as many videos on your game, because I won't forget about it. And number two, I guarantee if this isn't your first video game, whatever game you're playing, you're going to be playing another one, and you'll want to see what I have to offer on that one. Right? So my last thing, either my camera's like crooked or I'm sitting crooked. I don't know. Again, I'm not really set up for this, so bear with me. But and again, usually I have my mic like way up here, so I'm sorry I keep fiddling with it. But again, I'm just gonna do this as a one cut thing. I don't want to have to edit this thing, and I want it to be real. But ideas. I want ideas from you guys. I really do appreciate your feedback. I want to hear from you. I really, it's really important to me. I pride myself on really getting back. I mean, I answer like 60 to 75% of the comments. I don't think anybody else does that with thousands of subscribers that I know of. I mean, I really do try to do that, and I do it on the road. If I'm at, in between, I do property investments and I flip houses, and so whether I'm, meeting with someone or in between, I'm on my mobile phone and I'm doing it. So a lot of times I'm answering your questions. I'm on mobile, and I really want to be as interactive as possible, because YouTube is really not that interactive of a community, but I want to try to make my channel a little bit more interactive with the comments. I'm asking for ideas for content from you guys. And I want to answer your questions. And I think hopefully that, and I know some of you already said that you really appreciate that. I'm going to continue to do that. So that's it. So if you guys have an idea of something that you think would be cool, I mean, I get them that trickle in, but I really am open to them. Something that was just recommended to me today or yesterday from a subscriber was to do some, to play with fans on Rocket League. And I'm all for that. I'll be honest with you straight up. I am normally a really solo guy. Okay. I usually like to play by myself. And when I do play with groups, I'm kind of quiet. I don't know why that is, because, I've always been, maybe it's because I have talked so much in my career. I've always been very vocal, and that's why I think I'm a decent commentator, because I've been talking my whole life. So I'm kind of done talking when it comes to playing, I guess, but I'm up for any ideas is my point, and I would love to hear your feedback, because you guys are the ones that matter. So I just want to say thank you so much again. If you're interested in more of these vlogs, let me know. We can cover all kinds of cool stuff, from news, the games that are going to be coming out, like Fallout 4. I can't wait for that game. Just Cause 3 is another big one on my hit list. Hitman. The sports games are coming out. We got this big lull in July that sucks, where nothing came out that was really good. So anyway, thanks so much, guys. Leave your comments and requests below. You guys are the greatest, and have a great day. This is What's My Game. See ya!